Tashdil everyone. Okay. Mm. Ah, Kiwani, Kiwani, Samayan, I think today we sort of little bit completed the Kiwani Bardo. Bardo of what is it, life. And I think generalization in regards to the practice of Bardo of life, I think very constant, right? Because we are alive, we are functioning, our mind is functioning, then samsara is going around like this. So then is the application. Bardo is the application within the concept of being alive and capable in within samsara, especially in regards to the precious human rebirth, I think. So I think we covered that pretty much. Now today we're talking about dreaming. Dreaming states. So I think last time I someone requested for the textbook or something like this. I finally found English translation of the Partha. Yeah, I will provide that to Venerable Dundrup and maybe he can send it out to everyone. It's quite a large textbook, but um, I'm sort of like going through the information roughly, and then maybe in regards to practice, you can use it throughout. And of course, the video, most of the video, the TNL upload to YouTube. So maybe if there is any doubts, any things, then you can revise. So anyway, I'll send that out today, and then. If you feel like it, then you can go through. If you don't feel like it, I think what I'm providing here is sort of like a what do we say, compilation of everything. So anyway, maybe what I'm talking about easier than to go through the book because the book is a little bit straining as well. So up to you, but I will provide that. And for those who want, maybe you can go through the book. Yeah. Sangye chodang soye chonam la chancho padu dane kyab sonche dage sin soye pe sonam je dola penche sangye rupa sho sangye chodang soye chonam la chancho padu dane kyab son dage sin soye pe sonam je dola penche sangye rupa sho sangye I don't remember 2 times 3 times. Sangye chodang soye chonam la chancho padu dane kyab sonche dage sin soye pe sonam Okay. Hello, hello. Ah, so mm, yeah, so the second state of Bardo, I think Ni ki Bardo. Ni normally the word Ni has very close relationship with the word Moa, yeah, which means like what do we say? We normally give the example, right? Our mind is clear of state. This is why the word clear light, state of clear light, comes into the concept. In Dzogchen practice, awakening Rigpa, Rigpa, Semba, Rigpa, Lo, Rigpa, Sheba, Semba. I think they are synonyms used in different categories, but synonyms. So Semba, Rigpa, Lo. When we say that, Seishi Rigpa, Rigpa is the ability to what I say, like when you have a hand, you have the ability to grasp, right? Grasp or hold. something. So similar to that, Rigpa is ability to hold, ability to absorb, ability to what to cognize, right? So the concept of cognition, I think, comes from the word Rigpa. Selva is clear. So generally, when they talk about what we say, the clear light state, that people talk about death, right? After death, the clear light state they talk about. In regards to that, I think there is a little bit of a what we say, sort of like a miscommunication in regards to understanding. I think mostly, I think first. So anyway, today, the main idea today is in regards to um, practicing. Uh, when this is not out of experience, but just to give an idea, when we die, like when our mind, not mind, when our mind leaves the body, the moment our mind leaves the body, I think there is no organ, right? So there will be no more eye organ, there will be no more what is it, ear organ, no more brain, no more sense organ. So all the organs stop, and therefore, even if the mind, the eye consciousness, the consciousness, even though the consciousness are there, the ability for the consciousness to grasp onto things is not there. I think something like that, right? So I think this is the closest experience to the state of after death that we can reach in this form is during sleep, during right, during deep sleep. Deep sleep, then our awareness is all over the place. Then based on the conceptual overview of things, then the state of dreaming does happen. But generally, if you talk, then um, there's no eye organ, so there's no seeing anything. You can't see anything. There's no ear organ, so you can't hear anything. Deep sleep people, light sleepers, I think they get woken up by everything, small sounds. I used to experience that in the monastery. Instead of uh, outside my room, there was a mango tree, and on top of the mango tree at 4 a.m. in the morning, this bird, I think they call it cuckoo bird or something like that. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. so, so first it starts with a very shallow voice. Ooh, ooh. Then slowly the voice gets harder, stronger and stronger, and by the end, woo, woo, like that. So normally shallow sound doesn't wake me up, but then at the end when you reach the high pitch, then it wakes me up. So anyway, I think it's same thing like that. Because the body is still functioning, the organ, the ear organ is still functioning. So your ability to hear those things, is there. But this is on a general state. People who are in deep sleep, then even if you are banging the drum and that and this, it still don't wake up. So anyway, I think the closest experience that we can reach in regards to the experience of death is during sleep, and this is one of the reasons why the practice of the dream state comes up. Yeah, bardo, dream bardo. And it's I think one of the main means to utilize. So we say in order to utilize we need to practice, right? So without practicing we cannot utilize. Same thing with, I think, same thing with the um, with anything, right? If you are studying, for example, then if you a lot of practice, then later on you can utilize in life, right? Whether it is studying something, whether it's painting, drawing, whatever it may be, any kind of expertise you perform. So that is the whole concept of the state of dreaming, is because it's a very close experience to death itself. Um, the closest experience that we can reach, during our time as in this body, or as being alive, or cannot escape this body, the karmic. So one of the reasons. Now, another thing, so uh, I think when we talk about the clear light state, then in a lot of general terms, when someone dies, then we say, "Oh, I see the light." I don't know if people say this not, but I've seen in movies people saying, "Oh yeah, I can see the light." So maybe some people think, "Oh, the clear light state is where you when you're dying, then you start to see the light and you walk towards the light." And then in Christian perspective, maybe the light guides you towards the heaven door or something like that. So this is not the concept, right? So the clear light state has nothing to do with, I think. Any form of visual light sort of thing. Yeah. So just to be clear that the understanding of clear light is different. Then I think another thing also, uh, what it generally refers to is, no, what do we say, no, uh, um, what do we say, something that is not influenced. There's no influence at all. Very, very, as the word we use, naked, right? Naked and raw, as we use raw, I think. Yeah. So a very naked, raw state of luminous knowing, right? And the luminous part is because the mind itself is clear. The mind is not influenced. When the mind is not influenced, then it's very, very clear. I think this one we can sort of like experience small bits and pieces here and there. If I give you an example, then one of the example will be, our reaction when the mind is settled, when the mind is not influenced, then the reaction is very clear reaction. But then when the emotions are involved, when anger is involved, when hatred is involved, when all of these destructive emotions are involved, then our judgment, our what to say, action in regards to what in regards to how the mind works, then it's not clear. It's influenced. So something like that. So the clear part is no influence, raw, naked, right? And this is what luminous is, our ability to see clearly when there's no influence. This is one of the reasons why within the Madhyamika Avatara, when the Buddha talks about the what do we say, about karma, and in regards to the actions we take during influential uh, practice through the aspect of changing karma, then this is one of the things that Buddha mentions, lakpi gyuru. So you need to be able to see things like they are in the palm of your hand. And the reason is because when it's very raw and clear and you are able to see it from all different angles, so there's no judgment, there's no what do we say, requisite, perspectives involved in it, that makes our, better judgment change our perspective. So I think this is one important aspect of the mind itself, because the nature of the mind when it's not influenced, we have small kids, right? So small kids, they sometimes we say, oh, they're very bold, they don't know about society, they don't know about culture, they don't know that, they don't know, about this. So things, they tend to say things that are, just clear, not influence. So now, when I talk to someone, then I have to think about, oh, what they will think, what they're going to say, how they are going to behave, that these so many different influences are there. So our mind is not clear in the sense, it's not luminous in the sense. But then when the mind is pure, yeah, this is where we use, I think, the word pure also. Yeah. So generally, this is, I think, clear light state. So like I said, clear as in raw, as in uh, clear as in luminous, and clear as in the state of rikpa, the state of cognizing, the ability to cognize things, right, without any influence. So that is another thing, just in regards to the clear light state, because today what we are talking about, the dream state, is one of the means and the methods to awaken the clear light state. And like I mentioned earlier, one of the best opportunities to awaken the clear light state during our what we say, while we are stuck in this body, that is during the dreaming state. So the whole practice, the whole concept of the practice is in order to, what we say, tap into the dream state to awaken that clear state. Yeah. Then I think there are generally, the text talks about the three inseparable qualities of the clear light state, right? The one, I think the first one, yeah, so the first one I think is more to do with the, what we say, the essence. Yeah, when people talk about essence, I mean, when the text talks about essence, essence has everything to do with the view of emptiness. Yeah, so essence is reality. Essence is ability to tap into reality. Essence is ability to tap into reality, not just based on uh, concept and perspective, but based on the truths itself. So this is where the concept of the ultimate truth and conventional truth comes inside. I mean, in play. So our ability to tap into the uh, understanding of the ultimate truth and tap into the understanding of conventional truth and understand conventional truth as conventional. It is a truth that we live in. Yeah, every aspect of judgment that we are able to make, whether it be a good judgment, bad judgment, perspective, application of the perspective in understanding things, in understanding minds, in understanding, nature itself, the formulation of conditioning itself. This one has very everything to do with our mind. Yeah, our mind believes in, has a very strong faith in creator. Then everything we see around is, yeah, absorbed in the understanding of creator jizo, right? So when we look at things, when we look at good things, bad things, then we can straight away pinpoint it down to the concept of creator. I think most religion, Christianity, even in Hinduism, though Hinduism has partialities within Hinduism in regards to creator, but then other than that, I think most religion has the concept of Jizo, or the creator. So anyway, I think many of you do come from that background. So just to give you an idea on the conceptual view that we have. Then the moment we let go of the creator, then we start to see things from appearance of its own, right? Like, okay, karma, for example, or conditioning, or anger, or something like that. Oh, conditioned by its own aspect, right? But then again, we let go of that and we embrace the concept of cause and conditioning. Then we start to see, dependent origination. The aspect of, the appearance of things is based on dependent origination. And you know, every step of our journey in discovering this, every step we are going, yes, okay, so I think this is the experience, the awakening experience. I think this itself is the awakening experience in some sort of like form of understanding. So anyway, the essence has everything to do with understanding nature, not nature in nature, but nature as in reality itself, right? Not being influenced by conventional views, conventional perspectives, but understanding the true essence of things. So this is where the view of emptiness comes into play. Then the second one is, I think, in regards to nature. Yeah, uh, this one has to do with clarity, awareness. And I mean, the practice to clarity is through awareness, but then the result itself is clarity. And clarity, I think, is in regards to the mind's ability to observe without having any distinguishing aspects of understanding the object itself. So there is a huge difference in uh, in the concept of clarity as well. So anyway, the second I think quality, inseparable quality inside the true form of the clear light stage is nature itself. Yeah, or what we call clarity. Then I think the third one is in regards to the practice towards clarity, which has to do with awareness. So knowing awareness. Yeah. So I think this one, if I try to translate, it will be something like knowing awareness, or awareness. I think once I did talk about it, it's the concept of awareness, being aware that you are aware. That itself is, I think, the state of the third essence. So anyway, there is that. Then I think they are what we say ground awareness that is present, that is there, present at the time itself. So before birth, then during life, then during sleep, at death, then in what we say in the state of what we say true bardo. So there is these states where the presence of the clear light state can be used. So during birth, I think in the state of birth, that one we'll go deeper into later on when we talk about the birth state of Bardo. Anyway, then during life, then like I said, the ability to this one has to do with lot with I think experience, because a lot of experiences that we have, our true nature of the mind is not. I don't know. Maybe you can meditate on it. Sometime in during our life, maybe we have experiences where there is no, what do we say, no judgment, no, uh, uh, where the mind is very clear, where the mind is able to perceive things as just things, nothing, no judgment, no what we say perception, no perspective, no application of all kinds of validity and all of that. So just the state itself, being. And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people go and do vipassana and shamatha meditation as well, because that sometimes awakens that state of non-duality in some sense. So I think that kind of experience. Then during dreaming states, like I said, when you go deep into sleep, I think even in our everyday sleep, I think our experience is so limited when our mind is not able to cognize itself, right? So I think yesterday I sleep 11, then I wake up around 6 this morning. Then uh, the experience between 11 and 6 a.m. this morning is completely gone. There's no experience. There's no dream. For me, I mean, for me, for other people, a lot of dream, but for me, there's no dream. There's no state of awareness, whether it be awareness of time, whether it be awareness of anything. Yeah. The only awareness is until or before I fall asleep. Then the awareness is there. Yeah. The mind is constantly thinking, whether it be good thoughts, whether it be bad thoughts. Then the concept, the moment the consciousness goes into the sleep, then the awareness completely disappears. So it's like what do we say? It's like for us, sometimes it's like, we are sort of like using, manipulating time in some essence, I think. Yeah. So something like that. Yeah. This is the essence of the dreaming itself. So when we look at the mind during that state, then we understand that the mind is just in the state of the mind. Yeah. It's not, there's no judgment, there's no ability to see, there's no all our senses in some senses is sort of like closed. Some people, their senses are so deep in sleep, their senses are so close that even when when they're sleeping, before sleeping they put blanket on, it's warm, but then in the morning, then they have a cough, they have a cold, and they look and the blanket is maybe down on the floor and they haven't felt. So that kind of experiences, I think you understand that the mind is completely sort of like unconscious in some sense. So anyway, ability in that sense itself, I think, yeah. So the awareness, building the awareness in that state itself, I think truly awakens the clear light state during the Bardo stage, because once the moment the death happens and the two separate, the body and the mind separate, then the mind is no more dependent on the body. So when the mind is no more dependent on the body, then it's no more dependent on the senses as well, because the senses is coming through the body, right? Like I explained uh, last session, that the eye organ and the eye consciousness are two completely different things. The eye consciousness, and it's interdependent. The eye consciousness functions based on the eye organ. The moment the eye organ is taken, then the eye consciousness does not function. Right? This is similar to us becoming blind. Yeah. When the consciousness is constantly there, the eye consciousness is constantly there. But the moment I poke my eye with a needle like this, then the organ is gone. So no more functioning. And when the organ is no more functioning, the ability to perceive or to observe by the, or cognize by the consciousness is also completely gone. So this is where the when the intunement between the two happens, I think. Yeah. So just to be clear in regards to that, then I think when the clear light state appears, yeah, the clear light, the state itself appears, then the clear light manifests naturally when what we say all courses of the mental activity sort of like dissolves, right? And it arises in, I think they talk about the four main forms of what we say of that arising itself. I think, yeah, four main forms of the arising itself is based on the what we say, based on the observation itself, I think. Yeah. So something like that. Then what else is there? Mm, mm, so anyway, the concept of the clear light state, in the sense that our ability to recognize the clear light state, that is again what we say, a little bit unclear in regards to our ability, whether it be observing or whether it be what we say, um, application of the mental factors itself, right? So that is there. So anyway, the what we say, the context of the four main contexts in arising during the what we say, clear light appearance, yeah, in deep sleep, then natural clear light of sleep, then during meditation, yeah. So again, someone going into vipassana or shamatha practice, then go into deep meditation, then the clear light state becomes recognized clear light state. So the awareness level is at its peak. Yeah, so intense, and the awareness level is so intense, not on just anything, but very and intense on the concept of what we say, true nature of reality, I think. Yeah. So there, I think the application sort of within meditation, the clear light application comes. Then I think uh, during the death process, then they define. I think we will go through this because again we have the death, what is Shiva Pardo, yeah, death Pardo. So we will go deeper into this. But during the death stage, then of course the mother clear light and the father clear light. There's two kinds of clear lights they talk about. So that is there, dissolving. I think in regards to element dissolving, in regards to all of that. So that is also there, and in the bardo itself, then the continuous clear light, which is developed through the three processes of clear light. Yeah. So like I said, through the deep sleep, through the meditation, and through the dying process, the development of the natural clear light of state, then the recognized clear light of meditation, then the death clear light of the mother clear light and the father clear light, that one, I think, now combined together, then the practice opens the continuous clear light, which happens in the Partho state itself, right? So that is there. I think these all talked inside the Dzogchen lineage. So I think within Partho Total also, most of the methods are were taught through the Dzogchen lineage. So anyway, so that is there. So during the death, um, after the dissolve of the elements, we'll go deeper into it during the death. Chive Pardo was Pardo of death, but then during the dissolve element, I think first is chudang meda lungda. Yeah, so first one is water. So dissolving earth. Dissolve earth element dissolve to water, then water dissolve to fire, then fire dissolve to wind, then wind dissolve to consciousness, the element of consciousness, something like that. So that one, the process itself, that awakens the clear light. So then again, at the what we say, within the Pardo total, it's mentioned that at the completion of what we say, dissolution, dissolving, then naked awareness shines. I think through that, through that. So normally the example we give in regards to clear light, I think it's the seed goes through the mud, yeah, dirt, mud, muddy pond or whatever you want to call. So the lotus seed goes through the muddy pond, dirt, then grows out. Beautiful lotus growing out of the muddy pond. So that same example is given. So anyway, that is there. Um, then now I think I'm going a little bit too deep into the that clear light. Anyway, just to give you sort of like an understanding on what the clear light, the concept of the clear light is, right? So that is there. So anyway, Nigi Bardo, the Bardo of dreaming, I think there's defined as the I mean the Bardo of dreaming itself is defined as the intermediate state that occurs during sleep when what do we say, dreaming uh, states appear or arises, right? Appearances of the dreaming state arises. So something like that. Um, uh, in Dzogchen Tantra itself, when it said that when the what do we say, consciousness withdraws and what do we say, appearances arise from the mind alone. This is the bardo of the dreaming itself. So you can see it during the dreaming state that what we say, the consciousness withdraws from the appearances. So what we see during dreaming, like I see my friend during dreaming, then appearance without understanding or without awareness is just appearance. So the awareness comes after waking up from the dream, right? So after waking up from the dream, then you look at the dream and then you start to see, I had a dream of this, I had a dream of that, and this is how it was, that is how it was. This is our ability to see things in a certain way. The moment that appearance is what we say, this is only happening during the true awareness appears. During the sleeping time, then the awareness is not there. So when the awareness is not there, then what we are seeing in the dream seems so real. Yeah, unpredictably real, we say, right? The consciousness, whether you're aware, whether the consciousness is able to perceive the dreaming itself or not. uh, Anyone seen the movie Inception? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, in the movie Inception, I think it's sort of like a little bit of a like a what was it, prequel in regards to the concept of the dreaming state, you know. And I think by the end of the movie, still we are still wondering whether it's a dream or whether it's real. Yeah. So that itself, you start to see that the whole lineage of the consciousness, even the awareness itself, sometimes is manipulated by the concept of dreaming itself. That the awareness, whether it's a dream or real, is still not there. For a lot of practitioners, when they don't use their life to practice, uh, not saying that this is how it should be, but a lot of practitioners inside the scriptures do mention that when they are not practicing and they're experiencing life, then it seems like a dream because the awareness is not there. And even if the awareness is not that, the awareness is not able to pinpoint whether it is, whether it is true living or true dying. It's state, I think this state appears sometimes in our lives also. We say during our ability to cognize the consciousness of time, of experience of these things, then the whole validity of the experience itself is so rigid. Yeah, so uh, not solid. And when it's not solid, then seems like the whole structure is about to crumble in some sense, right? So I think uh, during the meditation of death, I always say, um, our experience when it comes to death, especially when it comes to nearing death, then it's like a dream itself. One day you you close your eyes, then next day you open. One day you close your eyes, you're, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years old. Then when you open, then you are in your 30s. Then you close again. Then you open, you are in your 60s. Then you close again. Then you open, you are in your 80s. This is, like it's sort of like flickers, yeah, pass by so fast. And this one, I think the realization does come, from time to time. I can see maybe some of you already agreeing with me because you're going like this. So that is there. It's like the time itself is flickering by so fast. Then how can you say this is so different from the dreaming state itself? Because dreaming state is like that. Even though you have slept for 8 hours, 10 hours, you close your eyes, you wake up, it feels like you just closed your eyes. The only difference is the sense of what restness. Yeah, restness, what do you call restedness, right? If you open too early, like if you close for 1 hour and open after 1 hour, then the rest is not enough. That experience is there. But other than that, even if you sleep 10, 20 hours, you close your eyes, you open, the only difference you will be able to experience is the restness, that your body feels rested. Other than that, the the essence of time is gone, the essence of awareness is gone, the essence of contemplation is gone. Every concept that we are, every what do we say, every mind construct that is happening during the state of non-sleep, completely gone. Yeah. So this is a very close experience in regards, I think, in regards to the state of bardo itself, I think. Because once the dependence of the body is not there, because the concept of time coming in based on the concept of body, the concept of feeling good and feeling bad also coming based on that, the concept of your ability to see things also coming based on, so all of the different concepts that are constructing our daily activities, our daily awareness, our daily chores of the mind itself is constructed based on the body itself and the senses. Yeah, whether it be the senses of the elements, whether it be the senses of the contemplation, whether it be senses of the function, whether it be senses of the action, it's all based on that. So the moment you close all of that, then what? How does our mind see things? Now the only function is the cognizing part. And the cognizing part cannot rely on the senses, on the eyes, on the organs, on the other consciousnesses, such as the eye consciousness. It can only rely on the consciousness of remembrance. Jie we say toksen tokpa. Yeah, jie is what sort of like the mind, the cognizing part of the remembrance cognizing part. So that's the only reliance. When it comes to form, then it's relying on the cognizing part. When it comes to the ability to judge, it comes on the cognizing part, because the inability to learn new things is there already. Yeah. So now you only have that cognizing part. The 这些 part of the 这些 of course the new arising of of knowledge and wisdom, and that's all there, but then that can only be activated when the awareness is activated. When the awareness is not activated, then those also not there. So now the only reliance is on toxin tokwa. Yeah, the ability to cognize things based on remembrance, based on on your cognition, earlier cognition, as we say. Yeah, so this is where the concept of recognition comes. So recognition, our dependence on recognition becomes very strong, because that's the only thing that we are able to tune into. So uh, when you tune into the concept of recognition, then if you utilize the concept of recognition in concept of practice, utilizing that state itself, right? That state of total, what do we say, dullness or non-awareness, and utilize that to build the awareness within that, then the recognition itself gives a rise to awareness. Yeah, so I have never experienced this, but some people do. I think during sleep, then when they're dreaming, then they are aware that it's a dream. The awareness of you dreaming is there. So when this is, I think, in some states, some kind of power also, because let's say you have had a really, really, really bad day. Yeah, you have had a really bad day, a very stressful, suffering bad day. Then you go into sleep. Then you start dreaming. Then when you start dreaming, because of the experience of the day, you start dreaming something really tragic or something really harsh, bad. Yeah. So when you start dreaming something harsh and something bad, then what happens is that dream state, within that dream state, then the experience is there. The pain is there, the fear is there, all of those arising, very similarly in the same sense. But then when the awareness is there, then then some people also, one is the awareness, of course. Then second is manipulation based on the awareness. Then they're able to manipulate their dreams. I think sometime well, no, not sometime, but once I also maybe sort of similar experience, because such a nice dream, you had such a nice dream, and then you know that it's a dream, then you want to continue that dream. Yeah, good experience, you want to continue that dream. Then sometime you wake up, then you try to go back to sleep. You put your pillow back down. Let's keep dreaming. Let's keep dreaming. Yeah, anyone experience that kind of experience? So that is there as well. Yeah, the ability to, when you cannot, when the awareness is there and you cannot keep the what we say contingency of the awareness, then we try to manipulate the awareness into our ability. So that possibility is so clearly there. Like I said, a lot of people experience that, and that state itself is just a state, is nothing else. It's just a state. It's a state of the mind that is just floating around at that within the dream itself. So now we are already, I mean, in some sense, I think we are already utilizing. If you have had that kind of experience, then you will know that the awareness to utilize that state of dreaming is there. So I think the dream bardo mainly is to utilize that state. But we using that utilization of that state to pick our senses, to pick our, what do we say, what do we say experience, or whatever it may be, whatever you are dreaming, right? But then here within the practice itself, it's all to do with awareness developing, so using that state in order to develop the awareness itself. This, I think, what it talks about. So anyway, so within Bardo total, I think it's mentioned that the one who masters uh, the dream will master the, what we say, the Bardo itself. So definitely you are able to connect to the clear light state inside Bardo through the practice of the dream Bardo. So that is there. So anyway, um, the concept, I think that is the concept behind it. So utilization of the concept is, of course, in that same sense. But then when it comes to practice, then I think now becomes more in tune with in regards to what to hold on to within the state of dreaming itself. So uh, uh, I think dream, what do we say? Within the dream itself, then the sometimes the mind, when you have that experience within the dream, then the mind freed from physical constraints, right? So I think same thing. If you have had an accident, let's say you were inside a fire accident or something like that, you burn your hand or something like that. So during the state of awareness or during the non-dreaming state, then the physical pain is there. The physical constraint of experience is very strong. But the moment you go and you sleep and you go into the what was it, the full consciousness, then the strain sort of like disappears. So the mind itself, the mind's ability, what do we say, the mind, what is it, push to focus onto the strain is sort of like dissolving in that sense. So this is one of the things that it talks about in the dream state, the mind freed from the physical constraints, right? Then I think the appearances arise within external objects. So everything that is external that we are seeing, then objects tend to be defined based on the experience itself. So this is why within dreams things change. You know, my computer turns into I don't know, it turns into something. You know, the sky. One minute it is black, another minute it turns into rainbow colors. All kinds of these kinds of experience. So the nature of things itself is very, very, what do we say, interchangeable. They are not solidified. I can sit here and I can think, oh, my cup change right now. I can think, but it cannot happen. But within the dream state, it can happen. You can construct, the what do we say, the external objects within itself. So uh, that again, one of the what do we say, one of the reasons, right? Uh, Then I think the third reason is in regards to emotions. Yeah, we experience fear, we experience desire, then we experience confusion. That all manifest. I think the concept of through the awareness, then that manifestation of the experiences itself, you start to see, not true experiences. Sometimes it feels so true. I think this is a quite a reality where like let's say I was sleeping and I was dreaming, and in my dream I didn't drinking a lot of water and playing football. Then finally I feel like, oh, I need to pee. So then I go to the bushes and then I pee. And then in real life also you are peeing in the bed. Yeah, this I think also a lot of people experience these kind of experiences as well. So the physical constraint when it comes to awareness of emotions is also there. So, but then within the dream itself is just a dream, you when you wake up, after you wake up, you remember, that is what impacted me to, pee in the bed. But when the mind is seeing the thing, it seems so real. It doesn't look like I'm sleeping in the bed and I'm being in the bed, right? This is two completely different things that are integrated, but what do we say, that are what do we say, uh, uh, that are uh, what do we say, affecting each other. Two complete different separate forms. One form is complete sleep. Maybe it has the, what do we say, the urgency to pee maybe, but the dreaming part is complete made up. Now that made up thing, we are letting it experience the release, in the real state, right? So you already see that the dreaming state itself is already, I think, during our experience while not dreaming, or while we are awake, the awake experience is also something very similar. And the reason I say this is because our way of seeing things is completely different, right? We let all kinds of different things affect our emotions, our experience. This is just an example of the dreaming state affecting our real state, or conventionally real state. But the dreaming state affecting one state. But in our daily life, you look in our daily life, yeah, we we let things, like, I hear one thing about someone, then I let that affect my emotion. I hear, oh, this person did this and this and this and this and that, then I let it affect my emotion without even knowing someone. Then the judgment already happening, already, then the experience is already happening. Anger is there. When I hear, oh, this person, he murdered 10 people, then the moment I see the fear starting to arise. Whether he did or whether he didn't do, this has nothing to do with it's just our own contemplation, the image, the concept that we are contemplating. We make it what is effect our real state. So like I said, even without being in the dreaming state, even in the awareness state, so-called awareness state that we are in, still we are experiencing the same thing. Yeah, so that is there, and this one I think very closely connected with our understanding of. So when the awareness is there, the awareness is dependent origination is there. Yeah, then through the awareness of dependent origination and the concept, then you can start to see that fear, desire, attachment, confusion, so on and so forth. All of this is based on conditioning. Yeah, the reality is not there. The reality of function is totally different. And this one, we, like I said, yeah, in our dream when we are peeing, the reality is completely different from real state. Whether the awareness in the real state that you are releasing is there or not is completely different, but the releasing is there. And this is the experience that we are seeing uh, through the influence of that constructed view. So now you already see that the constructed view is an illusion, but that illusion that we constructed has such a strong impact on the real the so real state that we are in. So uh, our ability to define the two, separate the two is, I think, important, and that understanding of the separation has to do with understanding the concept of dependent origination again. So definitely one of the reason is to understand the whole concept of dependent origination, that it is purely from the concept of karma. Yeah, concept of not concept, but the purely from the form of karma, the conditioning of karma itself. So these reasons, this makes the dreaming an ideal training, sort of like training state or training ground. Yeah, how we see things in reality, we see exact same things in the dream. How we experience in reality, we experience exact same thing in the dream. Then just like the dream is just a dream, yeah, the dream is not reality, then the experience that we experience in our daily life also not reality, just like a dream. True reality, I think one of the essences of true reality hits when we experience that our dependence on the senses and on the body is so strong. This has to do with attachment, right? So strong grasping towards our body. So the same experience during that, I think. When the elements are dissolving, then the mind starting to the mind starting to become agitated, jumping from here to there to here to there, because you already start, the senses are starting to go. Yeah, your ability to perceive things now disappearing, your ability to feel things now disappearing. When the elements are dissolving, now you cannot feel heat, you cannot feel cold anymore. So those are already dissolving. Then in regards to channel, in regards to all of the dissolving sense, now you are losing your ability one by one by one by one. So now, like I said, the experience between the understanding of the dissolving of all of that and our connection towards the body and our connection toward the senses and so on and so forth. Now the true, when the true awareness awakens, then it's aware that these are, now you cannot have them anymore. Yeah, you cannot depend on them anymore. Then what? Then a lot of people, they start freaking out. The fear comes, the the anxiety, what do you call, depression, anxiety sort of thing, right? When it's similar to, you have some very very close friends that you depended on them so long, and then after, I don't know, after 50 60 years of dependence on those friends, then one day they pass away. One friend passes away, then the second friend passes away, then the third friend passes away. Then now fear starts to arise. It's not just their passing, but then it's also the dependence that you are working with. Yeah. So anyway, this is a little bit heavy topic, but still, I think within the dreaming state, this is how you can utilize this by understanding it, and this is one of the means to understanding it as well, right? So that is there. Then I think. So then I think now nature of the dream state. Yeah, nature of the dream state. I think in regards to characters, then I think the body itself. Nangjo, yeah. So the body itself is sort of like inactive. The body is similar to dead. No moving, just if the sense consciousness is there, even when the awareness is not there, then because the sense is still there and the sense consciousness is still there, then the movement, like if you feel cold here, then you roll around like this, then the movement also happening without awareness. Yeah, the awareness is not there. So when you go to sleep, you go to sleep on your right side like this. When you wake up upside down like that. So the again, the aware, the awareness is not there. Yeah, the awareness is, so the body seems very inactive when it comes to our own realization. Then I think what do we say, uh, the senses, because of that, because of all of that, then it seems like the senses are withdrawn from all of the all of the activities. Then the mind creates appearances. Yeah, this is, I think, where the whole needing to work on will be on the appearances. So sim ginawa, sim is the mind, the nawa is appearances. So the sim ginawa is everything to do with appearance. So once the body is inactive, yeah, and the consciousness, what do we say, the senses withdrawn from the body, then the body completely separated from our mind, then now the mind is alone. Yeah, the mind is alone, then it cannot depend on all any of the senses, it cannot depend on feeling, it cannot depend on the eye, an eye organ, all of the organs are closed, shut down. So now what the mind does is the mind starts then now appearance is making, creating sort of appearances, and this is where the dream state starts, I think. Yeah, the dreaming state starts from there. So the mind creating appearances simply now. Then I think most of the appearances are based on cause and conditioning of the of the day, of the previous experience of the past. And this has everything to do with what was a karmic manifestation, we call it, right? Yeah, symbolically, all of the dreaming, all of the nawa, all of the, what we say, appearances in the dream is very symbolic to what we have experienced in the in the daytime. In the daytime, you think about someone, oh yeah, he's so nice, he's so good, oh, she's so nice, she's so good. Then in the dream, also starting to see the whole appearance there, right? Yeah. Then daytime, oh, money issue. I think my personal experience in regards to that is my teacher, Gandhi Teacher Rinpoche, was such a strong advocate for memorizing. So he used to make me memorize. So uh, I think one of the times in Bodh Gaya, when I went to Bodh Gaya, then my teacher, my Genla, said, "Okay, by the time you come back from Bodh Gaya, then I'm going to what do we say, test you, Manjushri, secret names of Manjushri." I remember that. Then. And that was the fear sort of there. Oh, my Gela going going to exam me on the memorization of that. So then every day memorize, every day reciting the secret name of Manjushri. Then nighttime also, Nyumatashi, my that time my attendant, he said, "Oh, you reciting secret name of Manjushri in your during the nighttime also." So in the dream that I'm dreaming, memorizing, then my mouth also memorizing. So I think now you start to see the karmic, what is a symbolic manifestation, sort of thing. Is the conditions that you're creating during the day, during the experience, and all of that now manifesting in the simginawa, in the, what do we say, the mind create appearance, the appearance of the creation. So when you're dreaming, memorizing, then also you're similar. I think quite similar to the story in regards to the football and the peeing and all of that. So I think that is there. So after that, I think after the Simginawa, then if the awareness is there, then you start to link this very strong connection of dependent origination. in the concept of dreaming itself, because everything is based on the karmic implementation. Karma, we're not talking about karma as in, oh, past karma, that this karma as in experience, karma as in cause and condition. I think I've mentioned a few times already now. Karma, cause and condition, continuity, impermanence, these are sort of like synonyms, right? These are no difference from each other, just how we use it. We use it in different ways, but anyway. So yeah, that then comes the, I think, then comes the karmic manifestation symbolically to our experience of the semkinawa, of the mind. What do you say? Mind creating appearances. Yeah, so that is there. Then within the whole experience, within the experience of the inactive body, within the experience of the sense consciousness withdrawing, the senses and all of that withdrawing, within the experience of the semginawa, the appearances, create appearances of the mind, and then within the experience of manifestation, symbol or karmic manifestation, within all of those experiences, one of the things that is truly existent, that we feel is truly existent, always, continuously, is the ego. The ego clinging, not the ego clinging, but the self clinging, the self grasping. Yeah, so the grasping continuously there. So that is existence in every state of the, even when the awareness is there. Yeah, even when the awareness, the grasping state is there. This is why when you see snake in your dream, fear is there. Even when the awareness is there, the fear is still there. So fear, every kind of emotion, anger, so on and so forth, these are all kinds of manifestations. Even joy and happiness also manifested there. Even when the awareness is there, like I said, you dream of something nice, and then you wake up, and then you put your pillow nicely, you try to go back to sleep. "Yeah, I want to continue my dream." Yeah, you experience that, then same again, the grasping attitude is there. So the ego clinging continues. Yeah. So the main training again in the set of the bardo itself again is a building awareness of the ego training itself also. So anyway, we need, one of the things that we are able to contemplate is that the dreaming state is neither true nor false. Yeah, they are appearances lacking essence. Yeah, I think this is a very, very famous quote of Longzhenpa. Yeah, a great practitioner. So that's what he says. He says dreams are neither true nor false. They are sort of like appearances. Uh, Sort of like appearances that have no essence. They're lacking of essence. So that is there. So I think this is very, very close to the experience. What is it? Post-death experience. Post-death bardo experience. So this is very close to it. So because it's very close to it, therefore tuning into it can give us a habituation, practice, to be ready, more ready when the time comes. Yeah, I always say, practice makes perfect, right? So, if you want to be able to utilize the process of death in your practice, then you need to understand the process, the mind, how the mind is, what we say, changing between the processes of death, and during the process of death, then training the mind in the different processes. Sometimes when the fear is there, then you need to utilize something in order to destroy the fear. When the awareness is there, then you need to utilize the awareness in a certain way. When um when the what do we say, when you are what do we say, disconnecting from one thing, then you utilize that disconnection in order to build what do we say, clarity, so on and so forth. Then I think at the core essence of all of this is realization. Realizing what? Realizing that the body and the mind completely separate. The only reason why it's together is because of dependent origination. Then the state of that dependent origination is there in order to utilize so that the state of enlightenment can be awakened. Yeah, the true nature of the mind itself is neither dependent on the state of the existence that we are in or in the state of the existence that we are not in. So this is, I think, why Longchenpa said neither dream is true nor it's false. And, we look from one perspective, it's an experience. Yes, it's true. I'm dreaming. It's true. I'm dreaming. But then within the experience itself, it's nothing that is true there. Everything is created. Samginawa, it's created by the mind. What do we say? Appearances that arise based on the creation of the mind itself. So that nature itself, I think, yeah. So that is there. Then when it comes to Milam Ginawa, what we say, not Milam Ginawa, when it comes to Milam Ginaljar, yeah, what we call Naljar, Naljar is yoga, right? So when it comes to the relationship to dream yoga, Milam Ginaljar, we say, then dream yoga is the method, what we say, for mastering the whole state of the bardo itself, right? So within that dream yoga, the goal, I think, goal of the dream yoga itself, I think, sort of like, how do I say it? Uh, uh, um, training of the mind, yeah, training of the mind in the state of the process. So first one, I think, recognize the dreaming, recognizing the dream itself, that it is dream. Yeah, first thing, you recognize the dream itself, that it is dream. It is when when I say dream, what does that click? Yeah, what do you understand? Do you understand real experience, true? Yes, that's how it should be. No. And when we say dream, then it's like illusion. Something that, when I say dream, then I say something that is, not there, something that is completely made up. So recognizing that the dream itself, the dreaming state, the dream itself is a dream. So that one, I think, is similar to the concept of awareness, I think. Right. So that is there. Then stabilizing awareness, uh, 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 sort of like without, because normally the moment we are developing awareness, then that's the moment we wake up. Yeah, we think, we are connecting with awakeness, with non-dreaming. So utilizing dreaming is, I think, okay, basically what I'm trying to say is utilizing dreaming is, I think, developing the potential into the state of the mind where the mind is no more dependent on the physical body and the physical senses, where the mind is utilizing the, what we say, tosin tokpa, yeah, the already cognized, yeah, already cognized side of the mind, where then utilizing that, whether it be wisdom, whether it be knowledge, whether it be experience, whether it be construct, whether it be practice itself as well. So ability to use that. This is why they say, if you master, uh, if you become a master in dream yoga, then you start practicing uh, in your sleep, a true practice in your sleep. So the body is getting rest. Yeah. And the mind now also understands that your dependence on the body is nowhere there, nowhere near. So the dependence of the body is completely out of the door. So now you utilize the mind itself. So when you close your eyes, what do you see? You see nothingness, right? Once you close your eyes, then color, form, all of them, all gone. So now we say, what we say? Visualization. Yeah, visualization. Now we say, okay, practice visualization. So now my mind concentrate on creating things. Visualize the Buddha. Okay, now the outline of the Buddha. Some people can see forms now. I cannot. But some people can see forms, can see light, can see appearances. It's all the eye organ. This is the utilization of the mind itself in creating that image, in creating that color. Yeah, suk, we say suk is form, in creating that form. So exact same thing. Now you close your ears completely, block them out. No more sound. If you are a musician and I say, okay, now just imagine this beat tuk, 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 or something like that, then is able to create the sound also. So same thing goes with sense also. So every awareness that we have right now is dependent on the senses and dependent on the organs and dependent on the consciousness. But when that dependence is completely lost, then how do you utilize the mind? How do you utilize the mind that has nothing to depend on? This is why I think for a lot of people who don't understand this, the experience of death is so, what do we say, so engrossed in fear. At the moment you lose it's like losing your arms and your legs. Then there's fear. How? What? Now what? Because the dependence is so strong on it. So I think one of the what we say core establishment of the practice itself, I think, is that, yeah. So the awareness, so stabilizing awareness without waking, and that one is in regards to stabling uh, your awareness in regards to understanding that even though the dream is just a dream, now I can utilize that dream to create memorable moments. Yeah. You never, if you have never been skydiving and you're too scared of skydiving, this can be one of the ways that you can actually experience skydiving through the dream state. And then if you know that is a dream and you are your ability to what we say to be aware without waking, then you have the potential to experience the full what do we say full skydiving experience without even having to go to all of that. So I think it's something like that. So awakening, so the reawakening of the clear light stage itself is also similar to that. So you're aware that, yeah, it's not true clear light state. It is in a dream. It is a dream where with awareness of the mind, awareness of the state of the mind, awareness of the nawa, the creation of the mind is there. Then utilizing that creation and this one to awaken the state of the mind. So now it's your mind is because the more you create, the more creative your mind becomes. This is how it is. So you create things, yeah. This is why visualization, I think one of the core practice of visualization is in order to be able to, for the mind to be able to create things. So now you understand, okay, the nature of clear light is this, the mindset of the clear light is this, the experience of the clear light is this. Now you say, okay, now I'm in the dreaming state, why don't I create it? Why don't I create a mind that is independent of all physical bodily dependence? So I separate a mind, completely separate the mind from the body itself. And now I'm using that mind to be aware of all kinds of different things that I'm able to create by the mind. Whether it be walking in fire, whether it be flying, whether it be, it can be anything. Yeah, so this is the word. Uh, Anything you can dream of. Yeah, the word anything you can dream of, especially when the awareness is there and your ability uh, to stabilize the awareness without waking up. Now the full potential of that state is there, no? So awakening that state, I think, now becomes the main factor. Then now now you are transforming the dream itself into appearances. Yeah, so it's not the mind going all over the place and doing its own thing. It's you controlling the mind of what it is doing. So what the appearances are coming in front of you, now you are in control. Yeah, so something like that, I think. Yeah. Then now comes after your appearances, after your ability to create all of these appearances. Then now you're dissolving your understanding because the awareness of these appearances as just as appearances, or the awareness of the awareness within the appearance comes. Now what you do is you start putting it into the dissolvement of awareness itself. I think a lot of kids learn like this, right? Even though they are not doing things, they are very closely looking. Oh, how does this happen? Oh, now this one's happening. Oh, now he's turning this. Oh, now he's putting that in. You learn, right? Yeah, I think even when we are learning, we this is how we utilize the method of learning something. Yeah, we utilizing that awareness of okay, okay, here, okay, there, okay, like this. So when you're doing what is a ritual practice, then even if you didn't study, then you're looking at the Lama on top of the throne. Then first he's going like this. Then first is this one. Oh, then it's this one. Oh, then like this. So then even the mudras you're learning, like that. So it's something similar to that. Your mind going all over the place in the dream state. But because the awareness is there, then you're looking at the mind, now it's here, it's there. Right? And then with that ability, now you transform the appearances. Yeah. If the appearance, if you have a dream of a snake and you fear snake, then you transform the snake into the what we say into the thread. And now you look at because the awareness is there. Now you look at your mind, you can start to see the fear also dissolving. The moment you've transformed the snake into the thread, though even though it looks like a snake, it's just a thread. Then the fear dissolves itself. Now your awareness then creating the thread into something more beautiful than what it is in front of you. So now in when your ability to do this and you keep doing this, then the fear of non-dependent or independent mind, what do we say, independent of the body, the mind that is independent of the body. Now that fear also dissolves. When the fear of the mind independent of the body dissolves, then your grasping towards the body doesn't is not existent there anymore. When your grasping towards the body is not there anymore, then utilization of that state itself, yeah, the bardo, the true bardo state, that one starts to grow up. It starts to what we say uh, become more potential. You utilizing the potential of it. And that utilization of the potential of the awakening of the mind without the dependence of the body, that is the clear light state, no? So something like that, I think. Yeah. So I think they talk a lot within the text. Yeah, Milam Sheba recognizing the dream itself. Then we talk about lucidity dream or lucid dream. What do they call lucid dream? I think. Yeah, the lucid dream. Yeah. So I think knowing while dreaming, this is a dream. Yeah, so that knowing, yeah, in the state of knowing itself that this is a dream, that is called lucid dreaming. Milam Sheba, knowing that the dream is dream or recognizing the dream. So that is, I think, the what is the main utilization of the awareness itself. Ah, we are good on time. Yes, we are good on time. So yeah, so that one. And then I think when it comes to the practice itself, then I think there, what do we say, uh, around 10 different stages of the practice itself. Yeah. Then I think the first one, I'll just go roughly between all of that. The first one is tawa. Tawa is a view. So all appearances, waking, dreaming, and bardo, uh, uh, all mind display, right? So empty of inherent existence. Yeah. So uh, empty of inherent existence in the creation, because it's all created by the mind itself. Yeah. And then also the awareness that it's created by the mind. Yeah. When you are aware that something is created by the mind, then you can utilize the creation to your fullest potential. No problem. I think this is the same thing in concept with samsara. But the grasping attitude is not there, then enjoyment, you can enjoy it fullest. Yeah. We say you can enjoy, if you're not an addict, alcohol addict, then you can enjoy alcohol to its fullest. No problem. So the grasping, when the grasping is not there, then you can utilize pleasure to its fullest as well. Is the biggest problem we are dealing with is the grasping. Is not the pleasure. It's the grasping towards the pleasure, the egocentric eye that that constantly, what we say, needs more, wants more, and does anything to get more. That is what we are dealing with. So I think the same understanding goes there. When you realize, when the awareness is there, that it's not real, that it's creation, then you can create anything you want. There's full potential. And because your ability to create anything you want is there, then you can utilize it in any state, even awakening the clear mind. We say the Buddha nature within yourself. This is where the four Dhamma, the different kayas come into existence. Well, the experience of awakening the kayas are coming from this practice itself. Without knowing that you have the full potential to practice way, way before. Some people say, oh, only after achieving this, then can you practice it. That is very, very far away, no? If I say, oh, only after going to Nepal, then you sit under a tree and meditate. That you have to come all the way to Nepal to practice that. That makes no sense. So creating the potential to practice something has to be done in this way, where you see, ah, especially in the dreaming state, when the mind has its own, even before practicing, the mind has its own ability to, create appearances. So why not create appearances of certain types of practice in order to utilize it to, be more connected to the practice, be more habituated to the practice. So this is the aspect of lucid dreaming, I think. So that is there, yeah. So so first one, tawa, yeah, tawa is in regards to that. I think there's two different aspects in that, yeah, in the Dzogchen aspect and what we call Mahamudra, yeah, Mahamudra aspect. So within the Dzogchen aspect, then I think appearance are sort of like what do we say, simultaneous appearances. Yeah, so that is within the Dzogchen practice. And within the Mahamudra practice, then they say, what is the dreams are, the dream itself is the mind seeing itself. So this is the Mahamudra aspect of practice. So anyway, within that, then what do we say? It's not that the mind is creating new things. It's just that the recognition Yeah, the recognition is everything. Yeah, recognition within the dream is everything. Recognizing certain things in the certain, that's everything in the lucid dreaming aspect. So it's nothing about creating new things. Recognizing and utilizing the recognition in order to, to transform. So anyway, that is there. Then there's second one. I think there's what we say. Uh, uh, Nyime Jorwa. Jorwa is practice. So Nyime Jorwa is a daytime practice. Yeah. So daytime practice. In regards to daytime practice, um, what we say. If the day, what we say. If within the day itself, then the grasping what do we say as real, then the dream will deceive itself. So we say if you are able to uh, within the daytime with when the awareness is there, and the grasping is there, and even if the awareness is there, the grasping is still there, then dreaming, then it's even harder to let go of the grasping, no, because during the dreaming state, then the awareness is not there. So potential of being able to build the awareness during the dreaming state, you need to be building it during the non-dreaming state as well. Yeah. So this is the day, sort of like the Nyimejo or daytime practice. So in the daytime practice, you already need to build the awareness, because without the awareness in the daytime, then even harder to build awareness during nighttime. So anyway, Nimejorwa, yeah, so the practice, that practice is there. Then I think in regards to what we say, uh, repeated reflection. Yeah, so this is why I said even during the daytime we start to see, this is like a dream. My whole, my life, the experience of the life itself is like a dream. Someone says, "Oh, Sheila is good." Then my mind starting to appearance, Sheila is good. Then someone says, "Oh, no, 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 Sheila is bad because of this and this and this good reasons." Then my mind suddenly, change. It's like a dream, the manipulation of the extent that comes around us. This is the whole thing. So, like I said, again, another thing, like I said, it's like a dream, as in the concept of continuity, and as in the concept of impermanence. Nothing lasts. It's like a dream, even dream, because the whole reason why dream is dream, we call the state of dream itself dream, is because it doesn't seem to be in appearance. It doesn't last. The moment of experience is there, but after the moment of experience, it dissolves so fast. So the life itself is so. You first, I think one of the things that we need to see is that we need to see that we need to see the conventionality of the non-dreaming state. Yeah, the conventionality, understanding the conventional reality of the non-dreaming states helps in building the awareness at the dreaming state, because now, just as conventional as the non-dreaming state is, then the dreaming state even more conventional than that, because the dreaming state with awareness, we can say, is just created by the mind, whereas in our non-dreaming state, we have a little bit of hard time saying, it's just the mind, right? Experience the experiences. Where there's pain, there's pain. Where there's tear. So the experience is completely different in the two. But in order to build the awareness, then the experience has to come from what a utilization of the experience that we have in the non-dreaming state. So basically what I'm trying to say is understanding that the reality itself is very conventional, and through the conventionality of the things, then we understand, it's like dream-like. It's not a dream, but it's dream-like. Right? So that's where I think the first practice. Then after, again, we have very strong grasping and fixation in appearance. Yeah, we have a whole list of understanding on how it should be, how things could be, how things have to be. This has to be here, that has to be this. Then if this is that, then it's wrong. If this is this, then it's right. And the tea has to be hot, the ground has to be solid, so on and so forth. So we have a very what do we say, construct fixation appearance on how things are. So we need to soften that, because this is what our mind is going to create. Stronger the fixation, the stronger the creation is also going to be like that. So during the awakening state, then that has to be one of the other what do we say, what was it, not convent what are contemplations, right, in regards to understanding. Then I think every day resting briefly in regards to developing awareness, because like I said, if you cannot build awareness if you're not aware during the state of non-dreaming, then trying to build the awareness during the state of dreaming is even harder. So that is there. So anyway, this mostly the what do we say, the non-dreaming state perspective, or the preparation of the non-dreaming state, yeah, or the datum Numejo or datum practice, I think mainly in order to develop easier dream recognition at night, and then also awakening of what we say, solidity and fear. So in order to regards to our own emotions as well, the more aware, the less we react to emotion, and the less we react to emotion, the more awareness we are able to develop. So that is there. So anyway, then after that Nimejoa, then comes Chimejoa. Chimejoa is a night entry practice. So in that, I think last time I mentioned, my Gela said, uh, if you sleep, before you sleep, if you have good intention, then karmically also you're creating a lot of the sort of like the continuity of the conditions that he created or continue throughout the night. So when it comes to creating virtuous, virtue or virtuous karma or whatever you want to call conditioning, then one of the aspects is right before entry into sleep, right before you enter to sleep. So before sleep, uh, the aspect of taking refuge, whether it be the bodhisattva refuge or whether it be the normal refuge, the three gems, whatever it may be. So that practice is there definitely. So anyway, that is one of the main practices during the entry into sleep. Then Guru Yoga. Um, in regards to what do we say, resting the nature of the mind itself. So calmness, like clarity and calmness, concentrating on clarity and calmness, understanding that the every aspect of of whatever is appearance, is look at the appearance. If I look at my cup, then I look at the appearance. I look at my own mind and understanding of the appearance, and not judging it from the understanding of how I see it, but understanding it as in just like an appearance that comes out of the perspective. Yeah. So my consciousness sees form, and this form is compulating the concept of what it is right here. Now, whether it has to do with someone giving me the cup, how important it is, how much I've paid for it, that is now you're, creating all kinds of what do we say, manipulative thoughts in regards to understanding the object itself. So not like that. Clear, yeah, clear Guru Yoga, yeah, nature, clear state of the nature of mind. Then, of course, resolving that today, or every time you before you want to practice, then you say, yeah, tonight I want to recognize the dream. I want to be aware of the dream. I want to recognize within my dream that it's a dream. So that is sort of like resolving, right? So that is there. In regards to that, I think I'm not a very specific person, but within the text then described, sleeping position and, method, and then, focusing on throat and heart and this and that. These are mentioned there, but I don't think these are so important. I think this mainly to do with the mind, how your mind concentrates, and posture, that this, whatever feels comfortable, I think better, rather than, in the text it's mentioned, uh, seek is what lion posture. So I don't know how lion posture. Maybe they sleep on their belly like this. I don't know. But anyway, so that is there. Ah, then after that, ngunzi. Nyi jowa then ngunzi ya. So ngunzi is, I think, ngu zimba. Ngu is recognizing. Zimba is to capture. So being able to capture the recognition. So this has to do with the stages of lucid dreaming, right? So so knowing within the dream that that is a dream, and knowing within the dream that that is a dream that you are dreaming. So that's something like that. So uh, I think there's many science explained in that. And then within one of the science, I think the most what do we say, most thing is clarity, right? So uh, I think one of the things they say, what do we say, T is like questioning. So questioning reality. Yeah, so one of the signs they say questioning reality, then sudden clarity. The second one is sudden, you know, oh, sometimes you're dreaming and then you see something that you will never see in your real life. Yeah, then you say, I must be dreaming. This is not real. So this is something like sudden clarity. Well, it's not clarity in the form that it is, awareness, but the clarity in the sense that you're able to see what is out of what we say, out of tune sort of thing. So sudden clarity. Then stability without waking, we say, right? So understanding that is a dream, and then experiencing the dream, and then utilizing the dream, and then utilizing the dream, so without all of the emotion involvement of fear and that and this. So now your dream continues, and the dream continues not on the form of the dream, but the dream continues on the form of how you create the appearance, how you want the dream to go as something like that. Yeah, so that is there. Then yeah, so in regards to that, I think main practices within the awareness now is to do with the awareness. So during that dreaming state, if you are able to tune into that state, then they say, do not control that state, do not analyze that state, simply recognize, simply let go of every, what do we say, tetherings, right? Or every attach, or every grasping, everything. Just be able to simply recognize that this is the state. Continue with the recognition of the state of or the state itself, right? So this is in the Dzogchen practice. This is mainly, I think, it's known as recognizing Rigpa. The state of the mind itself, just awareness that the awareness is there. You look at things, forms, everything, then it's there. It appears as it is. No judgment, no this, no good, no bad. It's just an appearance. Yeah. So just existent. So in the Dzogchen practice, then Rigpa is a very, very, very strong integration of practice. So recognizing Rigpa. Then within the Mahamudra, then we say recognizing the mind itself. So anyway, so that is that. Then after that comes the what is it? Stable stage, or stabilizing stage. Yeah. Then Temba means stable. Temba. So anyway, Temba, in the stage of Temba, then I think quite similar, because the continuity is based on the relaxation. So remain relaxed within the dream itself. So recognize, just awareness, just simply what we simply recognizing and being aware. Just be in that state for as long as you can, right? So remain relaxed and let appearances arise freely. So appearances come, appearances go. Just awareness. I think this one we do in regards to our own what we say, non-dreaming state. We tend to do this. We look at people and we let people. We don't decide for people. We let people do what they want to do. Then they come, they go, they do that, they do this. You can see that it's just the flow, of things. right? There's no judgment, there's no that, there's no this. When the judgment is there, then attachment to the people or hatred towards the people, that there's all of these different things come based on the judgment. But when it's just viewing, then you just see things as they're flowing. The sun is like looking at the sun in the morning. Then if you look at the sun whole day, it just goes by like this. Just the flow. Yeah. There's no trying to control, there's no trying to do that, there's no trying to do this, there's no manipulation, there's no god, anyway. So just awareness itself, and then avoid what is it, harsh, what do we say, emotions, whether it be, I think this also comes in regards to excitement. And this one, uh, we try to practice, then suddenly we feel like, relaxed, we're able to let go. There's no judgment, there's no. Then suddenly, because you have that experience, then excitement comes. Wow, I'm there. Then you're back to square one, right? So you need to avoid these kinds of strong, harsh reactions in regards to whether it be regards to appreciation or excitement or anything, even fear. I mean, this is different people based on different experiences, but whatever it may be, this one we need to be very clear that the stabilization is always stabilization. I think this is where practitioners downfall of practitioners tend to happen, because they are very down to earth, very sincere, very, at the beginning, then they practice, then, they are getting better and better and better. And then suddenly they start to see results and they get excited. Then the ego, oh yeah, I'm achieving something. Oh yeah, maybe now I'm better than others. Oh yeah, now then comparison, then, yeah, then you're back to square one. And then after the comparison, then competition, then from that competition, then jealousy, then anger, then this, then that, and then all going back to square one. So anyway, awareness, even when it comes to your reactions, that is one of the things that have to be what do we say, practiced in regards to building stability in one's practice. So yeah, anyway, so that is there. Then I think the sixth one, uh, mm, Gyurwa is change. I think, yeah, transformation. There's the word, transformation. So six is a stage of transformation. So transformation is, I think, utilizing what is in front of you, right? So uh, in the dreaming state, then transformation is, if you're walking, then learn to fly in your dreaming state, right? If you are, what do we say, if you have one body, then learn to multiply your body in the dreaming state. So transformation, now you, once stabilization is there, then utilization comes, and transformation is skillful means to utilizing, right? So uh, this transformation also comes into transforming fear to clear light state or clear light deity. Some lot of people within the stories and the scriptures of the practitioners of the past, they very, very strongly connect to their own deities. So transformation of the deity, yeah, transforming fear into the light, what do we say, clear light state of the deity itself. Yeah, so that is there. Then yeah, then within the transformation, dissolving also involves. So you need to dissolve one part and then transform the other part, right? So something like that. So if there is, let's say, if there is a snake, then fear arises. So you try to dissolve the fear and then transform the snake into the deity. Yeah. So you say, okay, wrathful deity, right? So utilizing, okay, the wrathful deity is there in order to, out of compassion, using wrathful means out of compassion in order to teach. So something like that. Now you already see the fear and this on dissolving is connected to compassion, so on and so forth. So that practice is there, and that sort of like breaks belief in solidity, and also increases confidence in the view of emptiness itself. So a transformation has everything to do with with the view of perspective, utilizing the perspective of the view of emptiness, that nothing is conventional. Conventional reality is not there. Yeah, it's only on the ultimate state of the mind itself, the clearness, the clear state of the mind itself. That's the only existence. Other conventional means here that this is only based on our own perspective application, whether it be knowledge, whether it be wisdom, application of that, of our own perspective. Then, what time? Am I too late? What time? Too late? Is okay?
But we're having
Yeah.
such a good time.
So if anyone has to go, maybe you can go and you can listen after this is posted. Just to keep on time. I know Nepali time is all over the place, but maybe Western more based on timetable. So anyway, I'll continue just a few more stages. It gets more and more. Anyway, so anyway, you are. So that is in regards to the stage of the transformation. Then dissolving stage, I think allows the, what do we say, the dream to self-dissolve. So instead of fear making you awake, or instead of what we say, different states of the body or the different states of the mind controlling the dream state, then allowing the dream itself to dissolve again. So the dream itself, ends sort of like, it's like a movie, right? Instead, if you're watching a series, then the first what do we say, the first series episode comes out, then your mind making up, oh, what is happening here, then maybe this will happen, maybe. So instead of doing that, then it's like watching a movie, letting the story end by its own self, something like that. So no contemplation I mean, no influence in regards to that. So allowing basically the dissolving part of the dream itself, yeah, self-dissolving. So, and then when it comes to awareness, it's not that, like I said, there's no excitement in regards to, oh, achievement. Oh, I was able to recognize, oh, that, then you're getting, what do we say, um, when the nose starting to grow, then hard to carry the nose, right? I think this is what we said, no? In the what do you say, in the monastery, we used to say, when someone is very proud, we say, oh, look, 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 his nose is growing, his nose is growing. Yeah, so the bigger the nose, the heavier to carry. So in practice, it becomes hard to carry. So anyway, something like that. So in the concept of resting peacefully, joyfully, peacefully, calmly, and that also in the non-dual awareness. When the non-dual awareness is there, then there's no judgment, there's no fear. So the peace is there. When the peace is there, then joy arises. No? So it's not a state of conviction, state of that, state of this, state of awareness, state of just non-duality after the dissolving of the dream itself. Uh, and this one, I think, has to do same thing. This, in regards to the practice of this, has to do with the death dissolving. Yeah. So the death dissolution, similar to the death, we will go deeper into it later on. But then within the death process, when one is dying, then, like I said, dissolving of the elements, dissolving of the senses, dissolving of the content within the concept itself, dissolving of the mind state. Yeah, so all of these different dissolvings, this has to do in the dreaming state. So more the practice you do in the dreaming state of dissolving, then the same thing you can apply during the death state as well. So anyway, that is there. And then also in regards to non-dual awareness, this one has to do especially in regards to the true Bardo state. So within the true Bardo state, then the clear, what do you say, non-dual awareness is what makes you gives you the fullest potential to utilize that state of that complete disconnect with the body and complete reliance on the clear state of the mind itself. Yeah, so that is there. Then I think after that comes Nyamjor. Yeah, Nyamjor is like integration with working life. So every practice is an integration, right? When we cannot integrate into our our state, our different state, all kinds of different state. Like these bardo, 6 bardo is all different states. So in these all different states of experience states, this is experiential states. So Nyamjo is integration within all of these different stages, the same exact method. Yeah. So basically not the same method, but basically like for example, resting in awareness. So that one you can utilize in all states. If you can experience in the dream state, then you can utilize in all states. And then of course not no labeling in regards to, like I said, no harsh reaction when it comes to success or failure. So the state of non-duality in that sense. So state of non-duality is passed on to integration onto all different stages. Then so yeah, so I think mainly these two. Then one state of waking, dreaming, and bardo, right? So in through this practice, then there's no difference. The experience of the clear light stage, if you are able to awaken the clear light stage, then the experience of the clear light stage does not change between the different bardos. So even during the bardo of death, then there's no fear. There's like I always like to use the word embracing death. I think this is true embracing of the experience of death itself. So anyway, that is there. Um, then what? Nyamjur Jurwa. So anyway, so in the process of all of that, there are explained many different signs. Whether signs are important or not, sometimes I feel like if the more sign is explained, then the more the more, oh yeah, that also starts to happen. So anyway, generally the sign explained in what we say frequent, gentle lucidity, that one, and reduce fear in dreams. That is also explained. Then I think how do I say, the dream feeling transparent, sort of like the dreaming state. And I think this one back to inception. In inception, you cannot, this very what transparent states between all of these, so something like that. Then our the basically the awareness always continuing during death, during birth, during uh, what we say, during awake, during dream. So the awareness always continue. Yeah, so that's also one of the signs. Then, of course, one of the main things we are dealing with here in regards to all of this is fear, I think. So the fear slowly minimizing. Then, then what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Then I think when it comes to path, then recognizing and not manipulating, right? So manipulation happen in our daily life. I always say manipulating is not always other manipulating others and others manipulating you. It's also your own mind manipulating your own understanding as well. So when anger comes, then every reasoning behind the anger is through anger. So when I look at someone with anger, then oh yeah, he doesn't look good, he did that, he did this, he did so all of through the anger, the reasoning, the logic, everything appears through the anger itself, right? So not something like that. It's more yeah, sort of like recognizing reality for itself. Then again, no fabrication. What's the fabrication? Yeah, the whole concept itself. And then um, if awareness does not sleep, then if your awareness does not decrease or does not change or does not, then during the bardo also cannot, it doesn't change, right? So the constant awareness continues throughout all the stages of the different bardos. So anyway, something like this, I think. Uh, uh, Bardo state, Bardo state is a little bit, yeah. So anyway, these are the main practices behind the stages of the dreaming bardo. Utilization of the dreaming bardo, like I said, continuity. It's always practices regards to continuity. So the more you can continue in the different stages, the better the practice. So it's the same thing as non-dreaming state. The practices are quite similar in the non-dreaming state, but then how do I bring this practice of the non-dreaming state into the state, different states, right? In the state of death, in the state of dream, in the state. So especially in regards to the state of death and the state of after death pardo. So in those two states, you need to bring the practice into those states. How do I do this? Through the dreaming state. So that's the answer, I think. Yeah. The reason behind the whole concept of the dreaming state practice and this and dreaming bardo and this is in order to bring the practice of your non-dreaming state and bring it into the death bardo and the bardo after death. Because once you're able to utilize this in the state of death and in the continuous state of death after bardo, then the practice continues, constant continuity. There's true practice. So this is the goal through that. And then in order to do this, now you need to reach that something, not if not the state of the true bardo, then something very close to the state of bardo, because we slowly transform based on that, right? Some say, right, what do you say, if you are smoking, the habit of smoking, then instead of letting go of the smoke one day, then they slowly different states, because you're addicted to nicotine, then some people give nicotine chewing gum or something like that. Then now you still need to smoke, but then less, because now you're getting nicotine from the chewing gum. Then after that, then slowly, now you transform like that, right? So similarly, even our behaviors, everything, we are transforming, something like that. Even when it comes to practice, I think when I say, oh, all mother sentient beings and this and this and that, then first we need to utilize within ourselves. Now we see, oh, I am, through the concept of samsara and all of this understanding of reality and all of this. Now you say, okay, oh, this is my experience, and then now you're able to relate to others. So this is the transformation stages of the different practices. So to transform the stages of practice of non-dreaming stages of practice, because you are able to utilize everything around you, right? You have the body, you are able to utilize sense, you are able to utilize understanding, you are able to utilize visual impact, you are able to utilize experience, and so on and so forth. Now you need to use that one in the dreaming state and in the not the dreaming state, the death state and the bardo state as well, because the practice has to continue. You can't say, oh, well, I'm going to practice during while I'm alive, and then after that, during the Bardo state and the intermediate state, then that one, I'm just, my mind is going to be thrown around by karma. You can't say that. Because if you let karma throw you around, then karma will throw you around. Yeah. But if you can change, if you modify and you say, okay, I want karma to throw me around in this way, then you can modify it, no? So taking that what is the power into your hand so that you can utilize it. So main concept, utilizing all the practice that you can do in the non-dreaming state, in the dead state and in the intermediate state. Now, how do I transform? How do I go from this into practicing here? Because the experience now here, you have a body. Yes, you can practice, no problem. You can sit down, you can do that, you can visual, you can see, you can hear, you can listen to teaching, so on and so forth. Now, how do I do this in a place where there's no body? When the mind, when the full reliance is on the mind itself. So now you have a very close experience, which is the dreaming state, and utilizing this dreaming state to transfer the practice from here into the death bardo and the intermediate state. So this is the main concept behind it. Everyone enjoying? So anyway, something like that, I think. Um, so yeah, so that is that. And then next week, when is our next week? Yeah, next week. I think next week. Yeah, next week, 29th. 29th, then we have something bardo, which is the bardo of meditation. So anyway, I'll send this to Venerable Dundu, and if you like to read through the what do we say Bardo Dodol, little bit of hard text, but I think if you're truly aspiring to be practitioners of the 6 different bardos and utilizing, like I explained, the importance of utilization is there, and the reason behind it is there. So just like I explained today. So anyway, you can go much deeper into the practice, into all of that as you continue. Then, if there's uh, anything else? Yeah? No? Questions? Any questions?
I know it's really
But
late. I just have one quick question. How do you, my concern is when you go from the dream state where you can control or not control, and going into the death stage where you cannot control, and you're experiencing, the eight eight dissolutions stages. How it seems to me that there would be fear there, where you can control the dream state, but you can't control the death stages. So I was wondering
So, the difference in regards to controlling is understanding, because in the awakened state, then we are able to control our hands, we are able to control things around, everything we are able to control. Then in the dream state, we are able to control our mind, total control of the mind. We are awakening the control of the mind. We are not awakening control as in control of my body, control of my senses. There's not not awakening that. That is, like I said, we need to learn to see it just pass by. Yeah, in the dream state, we are also seeing. When we are seeing the dream, then we let the dream happen. Just the awareness that the dream is happening is there. Then we just, like I said, I was explaining the different stages. One of the stages is just letting it flow. So we are aware that we are dying. We're aware that the dying process is happening. Then we are aware of the whole concept behind the dying process, whether it be through the concept of dependent origination, concept of karma, concept of Four Noble Truths, concept of the application of three principal aspects of the path. These are all there. So now it's about full control of the mind, utilizing the full ability of the mind, controlling that instead of controlling the body, wanting to control. So this is our grasping part where we want to control, the body, the aspect of the change. And so it's now in the dreaming state, you're practicing so that you have no control of the body is just sleeping full, just sort of like that. This is why I said the experience is completely different. Yeah. During the awakened state, when we are practicing, experience is one thing. Then during the death state, when we are after the death, the bardo state, when we are practicing, experience completely different. There's no more body to rely on. So it's about controlling, the awareness, the ability of your mind, controlling the states of your mind. And then I think the recognition part, it happens the dream part, because in the dream your mind just makes up things. So now when the awareness, you develop the awareness, you develop that the awareness of the dream during the dreaming time, then your ability to manipulate the dream also starts to happen. Yeah, so now you're starting to see my mind is very, very powerful, as in, if I see a snake in my dream, then I can transform the snake into things. I can do that, I can do this. So realization of these start to come as well. I don't know. Make sense?
thank you. I appreciate.
Okay, I think we stop here. I hope everyone enjoying. Like I say, joy is the main source of all practices. So if there's joy, then continue definitely. If there's no joy, then try to find the joy first. Without joy, don't 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 go knocking onto doors. Yeah. So yeah, so that is that. Yeah, wishing you good health also. Okay, thank you so much. Chanjosem jo rinpoche ma ye banam ke gyuse ke wa nyam ba me ba yang gon ne gon do pe wa sho to nye ta wa rinpoche ma ye banam ke gyuse ke wa nyam ba me ba yang gon ne gon do pe wa. And like I always say, sim chustra, when my mind go towards the Dharma, then Chulamdado may the Dharma become the path that my mind walks onto. And while walking on the path of the Dharma, may there be no obstacles in achievement of the path. Yeah, so that one continue. Then thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Then I'll see you next week. I think next week Christmas already finished. So have a good Christmas. Enjoy. Then see you next week.